When you look forward, one of the things I'm personally interested in is, can El Salvador essentially embrace Bitcoin and potentially move from a developing nation to a developed nation? Can it launch itself forward and kind of move up in the world order, if you will? How do you see Bitcoin impacting the country economically and socially over the next 20, 25 years? Is it something that you're ultra bullish on, or how do you view this?
No, super bullish. I mean, people overestimate what can happen in a year, but they underestimate what can happen in 10 years. And so I think the changes are going to be slow. There's going to be jobs. I mean, we're already seeing dozens of companies coming in, opening up legal entities, hiring people that are paying significantly above the local wages. And so you're going to have this influx, not just of better paying jobs, but opportunity for people to increase their skills. And that's also going to drive the people into furthering their education, because that's been a big challenge here. People are like, well, why would I go to university if there's not going to be a job waiting for me at the end? And so I think 10 years from now, it'll be shocking the difference that we see in El Salvador, that the majority of the people will be going to university, that the majority of the people will not be working in cornfields, but they'll be working in the tech sector, they'll be working in the finance sector. And El Salvador will really be like a regional hub and leader, similar to like a Singapore.
Yeah, and when you start to think about how important, maybe let's start with the country's youth is, right? It seems to me that the Bitcoin as an asset could be hyper bullish for a country, but you need the people to participate as well. What has your experience been with the young people? You described a little bit earlier that they immediately got currency that wasn't backed by a country, and they seemed much more receptive to it. Is it something where you see them just using it? Are they excited about it as a savings technology? Are they out kind of educating their friends and talking to people? Like what do they seem to be doing? Because to me, they are the future of the country, right?
No, they definitely are excited about it. I mean, of course, like anybody, their emotions kind of go up and down with the price fluctuations. And so, when we were looking back in January and February, everybody was ultra bullish and, super excited. Then we went into kind of the downturn and people were a little more hesitant about things. Actually, we hardly saw anybody sell. Most of them held through that. And so that was kind of really encouraging to see. But yeah, they are excited not just about the fact that it can go up in value, but the fact that it connects them to the broader world. For the first time, they feel like proud to be here in El Salvador, that they're not 10 years behind the rest of the world. They're actually 10 years ahead of the rest of the world. And so they are leading this. And I don't think you can underestimate the impact that that has on people, just that hope and that motivation that there is a future here and they can be part of it.
Yeah. Well, one of the pieces that I think folks need to be careful of is obviously Salvadorians have great pride in their country. And I think that they're very interested from the folks that I've talked with in building a better future for their country. But obviously Bitcoiners from around the world, both in America and elsewhere, seem to be attracted to the country now. Some of that is through the economic incentives. Some of that is just wanting to be around and surrounded by like-minded individuals. And so there's a lot of tourist or international travelers that keep going there. Any thoughts on how helpful those people from outside the country can be? Are there risks to too many, kind of non-Salvadorians coming? Is there resentment at all? Or maybe there's positive reception? Like, how do you just think about the local citizens versus those that are coming there because of Bitcoin?
I think it's definitely mixed. I mean, we've seen a lot of people here come here for self-serving purposes. They're just trying to ride the wave of publicity about El Salvador and tie themselves to it. And, a lot of them with projects that I would view as scams. And so, we're definitely concerned about that. But in general, I've been very impressed of the number of, large companies that have come in here and have expressed this view of, El Salvador is a small country. We don't assume, we don't expect to make money here, but we just really want to support what's going on and be part of it in some way. And so we're willing to invest, even if it doesn't pay dividends here. We feel like, as far as for the overall infrastructure of Bitcoin and for the future of Bitcoin, that is super important. And so, yeah, we definitely encourage people to come to El Salvador, but not with a view that you're going to teach the people here something, with a view that you're going to learn from them. Like, how are people really using Bitcoin in real transactional ways? These people here that are living in a tin shack with a dirt floor are doing, hundreds of Bitcoin transactions a year, which is dwarfs what even some of the biggest Bitcoiners in the US are doing. So they really understand the logistical problems. They understand the infrastructure problems with internet connectivity and those sorts of things. And they can really teach the Bitcoin companies how to build products that can go out to bigger developing countries like India or all throughout Africa. And so I think they can really use El Salvador as a learning center for what will work. And that will also benefit El Salvador because it just brings in all these high paying jobs and provides a environment where locals can start Bitcoin businesses that can thrive.
What is your message or kind of guidance for those that can't travel to El Salvador? So plenty of people kind of internationally are very interested. They're watching this. Is there anything they can do to help or kind of further the development of this?
Yeah, so we often will post things with projects that we're trying to raise funds to support, the education of locals for them to go to university or things like that. We have a number of projects through the Bitcoin Breach Project that we're always open to people helping financially support. But I think also just to kind of keep following it and to have an open mind and to not jump to conclusions if we have like a bad month or we hit a roadblock. This is going to be a long-term game. And so I think we need to be in this for the long haul.
What's up, guys? Bang, bang. Thanks so much for watching the Best Business Show today. If we're gonna be the best business show, we obviously need the best partner. That's why the exclusive sponsor of the Best Business Show is SoFi. They're an all-in-one platform that allows you to invest in all kinds of different assets, including stocks, ETFs, crypto, IPOs, and they even have an automated investing function, if that's your thing. So before we start getting after it again, make sure that you go download SoFi, you get an invest account, and when you make your first crypto trade, regardless of what you buy, they'll give you $10 in Bitcoin for free. It's that simple. Head on over to SoFi.com/pomp to get started today. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope that you come back and watch more of the Best Business Show tomorrow.